Hello, this is Vasavi from At Home Tuition. Let us see how we find out the distance between 2 points. For this, first let me take a number line and we have numbers from -1 to 6, okay? Say for instance at 1, the given 2 points A and B, where A is at 1 and B is at 5. In this case, if you are asked to find the distance between these 2 points, the easy way of doing it is counting the number of units between the 2 points, right? So from here you can just count the number of units. It is 1, 2, 3 and 4. So there are 4 units in between and the distance is 4 units, okay? So this is the simplest and easy method of finding the distance between 2 points in a number line. But what happens is when the distance is too far, okay? Say for instance, if you have too many units in between the 2 given points, then counting is a tedious process. So what we do, we just go in for some general method, formula for it. The distance between the 2 points A and B could be given as the absolute value of, say, B minus A. Okay, the absolute value of B minus A. In this case, you get the distance, okay, how much ever far it is. Now, say for in this example, your B is 5. 5 minus 1, absolute value of 5 minus 1 is 4, and you got 4 units. So here we use the absolute value because the distance can't be in negatives. So you take only the positive values of the answer, okay? Say for instance, if I just give you another point and the points here is, one is over here, say for instance P, and the Q is here, okay? Now to find the distance between the 2 points, in the easy method you can directly say it is 1, 2, 3 units, or using the formula we can find out like this: distance between P and Q, PQ, is equal to the absolute value of 2, right? 2 minus of minus 1, okay? So that becomes 2 plus 1, which is 3. So your answer is 3 units. You can see it done, right? Yeah, you got the same answer here. So this is the formula which we normally use to find the distance between any 2 given points on a number line, okay? But it differs when it comes to a coordinate plane, that is a Cartesian plane. The points are here, P, and somewhere here, okay? Somewhere here I put my Q. Here the coordinates, in this case it is not a number line where we just concentrate on only on the horizontal line, right? Here you have the x-axis as well as the y-axis, and each point is denoted by a coordinates. All that you would have learned it in the previous classes. So here let me say that point P is -3, -4, right? And here the point is 2, -4. Got it? In this you find that the y coordinates are the same. There is difference only in your x coordinates. Okay? If you join them also, you will find it is a horizontal line. So in this case also you can use the same method as we did before, or you can even count the units in between and write. Okay? So finding the distance between 2 points when joined together, if they are horizontal and even if it is vertical, okay? Just imagine another point, say for instance you have x and here you have y, okay? You have y here, and finding the distance between these two is also easy because see, when you write the coordinates of x, it is going to be -4, 5, right? And here the point y is -4, 2. So here you find again your x coordinates are the same. only your y coordinates differ. So just find the difference between the y coordinates. The absolute value of the distance between the y coordinates will give you the answer. So here the distance is 3 units because it's 5 minus 2, 3 units. And here it is, I told you the y coordinates are the same. So find the difference between the x coordinates and also write the absolute value of it. So it is negative 3 minus 2, that is negative 5. The absolute value of negative 5 is 5 units. When the lines are vertical or horizontal, there is not much problem. There is no confusion as such. You can just stick on to the previous formula which you have learned, and you can do this way. But in case if your points are like this, okay, say for instance, if the points are here, I just put this as point A and the other one point B over here, okay. Now when you join these, it is not a straight, it is not horizontal or vertical, it looks like a slope, right? Finding this distance is little different from how you were doing so far. I tell you, first as I told you, you have to write the coordinates first. So the coordinates of y is, the x is negative 2 and y is negative 1, right? Negative 1, okay. And here for b it is x is 3 and y is also 3, okay. You got the points as this. So let me write the points here. Your A is negative 2 comma negative 1 and your B is 3 comma 3. So here you find that there is difference between the x coordinates, okay, and also the y coordinates. So in this case we need to see how you can solve this, okay. So let me show that in this graph itself. I would like to make a right angle triangle here, and so my AB becomes the hypotenuse side of the right angle triangle, right? So I just made a right angle triangle. I just drew a dotted line and I got this point. This is nothing but 3 comma negative 1, okay. Now what we do is, for finding out this side, the hypotenuse side, we know using the Pythagoras theorem says that always your hypotenuse is equal to square root of the base square plus altitude square. So here the hypotenuse is AB, okay. So your AB could be found out using this formula, the Pythagoras formula. The base square, the distance between the base, I told you how to find out the distance between horizontal points, right? When it is horizontal, it is easy. You just need to find the difference between minus 2 minus 3 is minus 5 and the absolute value is 5. So this distance is this, or you can even count the units 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right? So this is 5 and here it is 1, 2, 3, 4. So this is 4. So I can say this is 5 square plus 4 square, okay, and your AB would be square root of 5 square is 25 plus 16, so that is square root of 41, okay. So your AB is for square root of 41. So based on this theorem, you have a general formula to do, that is, what you have done here is, your hypotenuse is this point, right? So the distance between AB is equal to square root of the base. How did we find the base? Base square, it is x2 minus x1 the whole square, right? So I just did x2 minus x1 the whole square plus the difference between the x coordinates plus the whole square plus the difference between the y coordinates the whole square, okay. This is how you got this formula, and this is the formula for finding out the distance between two points. So when the 2 points are given, say for instance A and B is given, the 2 points, you can take either of these 2 points, one as x1 and y1. It can be anything, okay? You can term this one as x1 and y1, or even this. And when you take one as x1, y1, the other will become x2, y2. And then stick on to the formula to solve this. So let us do few problems here. And since you know the distance formula, I've just taken few questions, simple ones. Here you have 0, 3. You need to find the distance between this 0, 3 and 0, 6. Okay. So your distance formula is equal to square root of difference between the y coordinates. That is, you can write it as 6 minus 3. Because, yeah, I take the first point as x1, y1. And this is my x2, y2. So I'm using the formula here. So it is y2 minus y1 the whole square plus x2 minus x1. x2 is this and x1 is this, the whole square. So your answer would be square root of 6 minus 3 is 3. 3 squared, which is nothing but 3 units. Okay. So this is done. Now let me take the second equation. Here I have taken, see here my x is same. So only the difference of y I have to calculate. Okay. But I just put this in the distance formula and I did. Okay. Now let us do the second equation. Here you have negative 3, negative 2. And the second point given is negative 3, 2. Okay. It's positive 2. So just see, I'm applying the formula. First was square root of y2 minus y1. Okay. So I'm taking my y2 is 2 minus of minus 2. Okay. y1 is minus 2. The whole square plus my x2 is negative 3 and my x1 is also negative 3. So that is minus of minus 3. Okay. The whole square. It's a complete root. Okay, now this will give you square root of 2 plus 2 is 4. 4 square plus 0, right? So that is 4 units. Let's do another one. Here I take the values as negative 3. Just note down how I am doing with the negative numbers. How do I deal with the negative numbers? You have to be careful with the signs. So here I repeat again. This one I take it as x1 and y1. Okay. This is my x2 and y2. So as per the formula, my distance is equal to square root of y2 minus y1. Okay. y2 I have taken it as minus 5 and my y1 is 1. So minus 1 the whole square plus x2. x2 is 4 here. 4 minus x1. x1 is negative 3. You put that in another bracket, okay? Because this negative sign is different from this. Square. So this will be square root of, this is minus 6 the whole square plus, here this is again 7, right? So 7 square plus 7 square. So your answer would be square root of 36. When you square it, it becomes positive, and here too it becomes positive 49. So that's square root of 85. Okay. This much units. I will just do 2 more problems so that it is clear for you. The next is 3, negative 2 and negative 4, 5. I repeat. See, you can put for distance formula, you can write the x2 minus x1 first or y2 minus y1 first. That doesn't matter, okay? Square root of, so here it is y2 minus y1, so that is 5 minus of minus 2, okay? The whole square plus, now the difference between the x terms. So that is minus 4 minus 3 the whole square. That will be equal to square root of This is 5 plus 2, right? 5 plus 2. Minus of minus 2 is plus 2. Plus this side it is minus 7 the whole square. So this is going to be square root of, this is 7, right? 7 square is 49. 49 plus 49. So I can make it like 98. Square root of 98. Okay? Units. If you want, you can simplify this further. So root 98. How can I simplify? I just divide by 2. So that's 49. And this is 7 and 7. So I can say that this is equal to 7 root 2 units. Okay? I hope you understood how to find the distance between the two given coordinates, and also you can do when the number line is given, right? When the number line is given, you can directly count the numbers or use the formula, find the difference between the two numbers and find its absolute value. You get the distance. And when it comes to the coordinate Cartesian plane, it is not possible just to do with the x term or the y term. Since you have both x and y coordinates here, you have to deal with both. So the formula is, hope this video was useful to you. Thank you. See you in the next video soon. Bye.